Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
And I'm Johnny Five.
And it's Christmas.
It is. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Who would have known we'd see each other on Christmas?
Yeah,
Best
it was
laid
kind of a
plans
random
of mice and men. I don't know.
Yeah, I dropped by to Christmas Carol, and he was having a party, and
you know
decided,
I'm such a big partier.
Yeah, or like you have your family over or whatever. But it looked like a party.
Yeah, I like to get away from the party once in a while.
Yeah.
So we figured, what's 10 minutes among friends?
Yeah.
Or
So we thought we'd pop out here and film a quick Geeks Corner for you, so we don't skip a week.
Yeah,
and that's
well, we were going to just film it later, so why not just film it a day earlier? It'll be great.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why are you Johnny Five tonight? I almost forgot to ask.
Because we're coming up on 2013, so it's getting close to the New Year resolution things. So I have decided to really work and train to run a 5K.
Okay.
So at some point in 2013, I will be running 5Ks, and then get ready to maybe host one in the future. So
cool.
We will we'll talk more about that.
And maybe we'll do like a series on showing your progress.
We'll figure it out. So
we'll take somebody running behind you or
that's
something.
The Johnny 5K challenge, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So speaking, you were looking forward, but before we jump into the new year, let's look back.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that happened in the geek world this last year.
Yeah.
And we thought it'd be fun to take a few minutes and talk about what we thought was the biggest story of 2012. I'll let you go first. What do you think the biggest geek story in our world was in 2012?
I wasn't even looking at necessarily what was biggest or anything, but the thing I was most excited about was the new California Adventure, the new Disney California Adventure Park, the Buena Vista Street, Cars Land, all that kind of stuff. Like I think maybe we've gotten a little used to it now, but you still got to remember this is pretty cool because that's always been one of my favorite parks, and now it's just really more exciting. And every time I walk in,
it's definitely changed our Disney experience every week,
absolutely.
And it's now a completely different thing than we had before.
It's just a really nice environment to walk into, and every single time I go through Buena Vista Street and I go through Cars Land. Like it's a new addition to my routine, so it's kind of cool. How about you? What did you like about?
I'm remotely Disney related also, but I think there wasn't a bigger geek story this year. I think Disney buying Lucasfilm was the biggest story that you could have for the geek world. It's going to change the future of Star Wars. It's going to change, it could really change the future of Disney attractions or parks, or, maybe we'll get an entire Star Wars theme park. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think
a lot of options.
Yeah, and I think it caught a lot of us flat-footed, where it was always that hope that, maybe they'll get together a little more, and then out of nowhere, it's like, you bought them.
Yeah.
So
just kind of came out of nowhere. It was like the ISOs in Tron.
It was like, hey, there's a video up this morning. What's going on?
Yeah.
And so I think that for me was the biggest story in the geek world that we covered in Geeks Corner this last year. And so that's my story.
So there's 2012.
Now let's move.
And now we're done with 2012.
No more 2012. We don't need them anymore. Let's move on to 2013.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for 2013 because there's going to be some amazing movies this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't usually go to movies, but I'm excited about some of the things that are coming down the pipe.
Yeah. So we decided to pick a few of the movies that we're most looking forward to in the next year, and tell us if we missed. We think these are the top movies coming out the next year that we're looking forward to, and you can tell us if we've missed any, or just let us know.
Yeah.
So the first one I'm going to throw out there is Star Trek Into Darkness. Comes out in May. We saw the preview this last week when we went and saw The Hobbit. It looks amazing. Everything I see more about it, I'm liking more, other than the ship underwater. But beyond that,
when it gets in context, we'll see what the context is.
I don't know. When it was coming out of the water in the trailer, and there was no steam, and there's no, it's a warp engine. It should be a little bit hot, but maybe they have, I don't know. And underwater, it's not a submarine. Yeah. Do you want me to keep reading off the movies?
No. I want to trade off with you because I'm looking forward to Iron Man 3. I don't know what it is, but the Iron Man universe is one of my favorite superhero things. Yeah, it's compelling. It's comedic. It's still got a really good action hero story. Like I think it's the most honest.
It's very human.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not this guy with huge aspirations. It's just like, hey, stop touching my stuff.
And it's totally believable.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm looking forward to that. The other one I'm looking forward to the most is The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Like the end of The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey, I was just sitting there going, no, you can't be over for a year. Like, it totally led into the next movie, and I can't wait to see what they do.
And it's going to be eco-friendly because they're destroying Smaug.
Next movie.
I'm looking forward to Oz the Great and Powerful, actually. Like,
I am
every
too.
time I look, I love Wicked, and Oz the Great and Powerful makes me think of Wicked a little bit, the style of it and all that kind of stuff.
I thought they were going to make a Wicked movie.
They probably still are.
Oh, okay.
It's probably just
Sorry,
a
continue.
matter of
That
cast
just popped
decision.
into my head.
I was hearing Glenn Close for Elphaba. I don't know. But going and looking
It's a
through what
sequel.
some of the other Oz books contain, there's actually a lot of really good references in this one. So I'm optimistic about this one, and I'm looking forward to it.
And then the last one we picked was kind of a joint pick, and it was Monsters University. And part of it's we just don't know what to expect completely, but it also will be fun. You know, like Pixar doesn't go wrong. And
Is this
they're in college.
no, I know. Is this the only other like sequel prequel thing other than Toy Story?
Cars.
Cars. Okay. See,
Well,
I
it
was trying to
wasn't
go
a
through my
prequel,
mind.
though.
Yeah,
It was
it's the first
sequels.
prequel that Pixar's doing now.
Yeah, it's the first prequel.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, we got to find out what's going on.
So the other thing we're going to do that we're going to really focus on this next year is comments.
Yes.
We've always joked and said comments before in the past, but we thought we would take it to a completely new level this year.
Because you guys leave good comments.
We do.
And,
So we're going to start acknowledging them and responding to them on the show. And so what we did is we, Candlelight has been happening for the last forever, and it just ended. And so we went back and we looked at a few comments. And so we thought, with our remaining minutes before we get yelled at, I'm amazed your mom hasn't come out yet, actually.
I think she was talking to your dad, and that'll keep
go forever.
happening for a while.
We can go for an hour.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd look at a few of the comments that stuck out at us. Yeah,
Sure.
Stood out. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna do. From
3D
Candlelight.
comments. They're sticking out of the page.
So the first one that's popping up is from, I don't know how to read that, Miss
let me try.
Alessana Renee.
Yeah.
Miss Allison Renee.
Oh,
There it is.
Okay.
Yep, and she said that Dick Van Dyke is still adorable and funny. Having been there that night, he absolutely was adorable and funny.
Yeah.
He took a rain moment that could have been a real bummer and really turned it into a charming moment. And
Yeah, it was really nice to see some ad-libbing, and like he kept the show going,
And it's
without it being able
yeah, and I'm sure it helps that he knows everybody in that
yeah.
area absolutely adores him, but it was still pretty awesome. And
I did love him expecting to hear music and then just kind of looking at why they're not playing music.
oh, you're handing me an umbrella.
Yeah, it was a fun
And
moment.
the flying away moment, that was pretty funny too. And then we talked about earlier in this month that we were, who would be your favorite narrator? And there was one that popped up multiple times in different comment forums. Yeah, do you want to read this one?
Yeah.
Can you read this one? Thank you.
General K. Lineski said, I want to hear James Earl Jones narrate That Would Be Unforgettable, : parenthesis, smiley face, smiley face. But yeah.
And he did once.
He did.
We just didn't video it.
Yeah. How long ago was that? Do you know?
A long time ago.
Long
I think
time
it was
ago.
in the 90s or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember, and Roger's not here, so we're out of luck. So Roger, comments, please. We would appreciate it.
Yes.
As soon as you possibly can, because you're probably home with your family too. Yeah, I would love to see her. James Earl Jones, Patrick Stewart would be amazing.
We
Liam
talked
Neeson.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's some really cool people that could be narrators for Candlelight. Who do you want to hear? I know you said people before, but
I don't recall. Yeah, I have no idea.
okay.
Yeah.
William Shatner,
That's
I think, is
what I
what
was
you
trying to
said
think of a
before,
name.
but-
Jeff Goldblum, I think, would be
Oh,
fun to
yeah,
hear.
and we were just talking about him
Yeah,
the other day.
because that's
Yeah.
why I was trying to think of the name. Yeah.
Yes. And then there was one other comment that jumped out at us that was about Candlelight with Kurt Russell. And I've always liked Kurt Russell. He was in Follow Me Boys.
He was in Fox and the Hound.
Yeah,
like-
he seems like a nice guy. I
Yeah.
would love to meet him someday. And I Am Disney's Girl. I can read that one. Said, I was there last night for the first time and absolutely loved this event. Watching this again makes me so teary-eyed. Just too beautiful. Thanks, Walt. And I think that's a phenomenal comment because it really is something that goes back to Walt, and it was his vision and dreams that set everything up. And it's really one of the most magical Christmas moments. Like, my Christmas begins when I see Candlelight.
Nice.
Because it kind of just gets you into that Christmas spirit. And last week was great, but Christmas to me is all about Candlelight Processional and the ceremony and what that's all about. And
It also speaks to what we're trying to do with when we film stuff and put it up. Part of it is for the people who are there, so they get to re-experience it and feel just as magical. And the fact that Disney has created something that can still feel magical on a YouTube channel as much as it does not as much as it is in the park, but still you can get that sense.
Are we talking about Snap Magic here, or
No.
Oh.
Disney Magic, the one that we filmed and put up.
Yeah, I know. I was
Snap
just
Magic doesn't always work so
correctly.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But we're running out of time.
We are.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we are or
There-
not.
I
But
want to see if there's still biscuits.
I'm sure there's not. But there's probably cookies.
Oh, that's still.
We can't go wrong with the little Christmas tree cookies.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our last episode of 2012, I think.
I think so.
So with that, we will see you around the corner.
Geek out.
Well, back when the holidays were still young and the world smelled like strawberries, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and the Lucky Charms guy were sitting in one of their homes on a winter's night.